We're talking about power. And you were kind of comparing Sean and Berto's power and whatnot. What do you think of Danny Garcia's power? I mean, it looked like Robert Guerrero didn't have any problems walking through that power. Like,
yeah.
Do you feel like maybe his power is a little overrated at welterweight?
Well, let's be honest. I haven't been hit yet.
True.
I can't really tell you. All that I'm going to say for now is you take two baseball players. One can hit the ball 500 yards. The other can hit the ball 350 yards. They both produce home runs. Does it really matter?
Not really.
So, not really, but you know, at the end of the day, I'll tell you how I assess people's power before I step in the ring with them. The last real power puncher I fought was, well, you know, Collazo had a good punch when it landed right, but he's not like known for knockouts. So the guy I fought was Diego Chaves. When I fought Diego Chaves, he was 22-0 with 18 knockouts. I was 20-0 with 18 knockouts. So my KO ratio happened to be a little higher than his. And the fighters I fought were American-based, his were Argentinian-based, or a little international, whatever. So I felt like I watched tape on him, and certain people he fought, he'd knock them down and they'd stand up, and then he'd get somebody else and they'd be conscious, but they just looked like they wanted to quit, right? They didn't have a good heart. So I said, you know what? I think this guy can punch, but I think if he really punches me, I think I'm gonna be able to get up, right? And so when I assessed Danny's power, I remember how he dropped Amir Khan, but people forget how Amir Khan stood up.
A couple times.
A couple times, okay?
In fact, he finished on his feet, basically.
And he finished on his feet.
Yeah.
His last fight, his last victory, he knocked the kid down with the right hand.
Got up.
But the referee stopped it while the kid was on his feet.
Yeah.
Okay? And then there's been fights against boxers who have had better defenses who he was never able to fully hurt in the fight. He didn't hurt Herrera. He did not hurt Lamont Peterson. Okay? I believe he dropped Lucas Matisse.
But he got up.
Okay? So, to be honest, man, it's the way I look at fights, because when I wanted to be a knockout puncher, I reflected back in the day on all the Mike Tyson highlights. You know what I mean? And so Danny has had the Solka knockout. You know, the kid didn't get up. You know? But the majority of some of his knockouts look to be more TKO over KO, you know, and the fight is being finished while the kid's on their feet over the kid being on the mat. And then there's the conversation on how Robert Guerrero was able to walk through it all. So, like I said, man, can he hit home runs? He can hit home runs. You know, can I hit home runs? I can hit home runs. Have I hit more home runs? Yes, I have. Okay? You know, but at the end of the day, I do believe that he has enough power that I'm going to have to go in the ring and I'm going to have to respect that. You know, I'm going to have to respect that. You know, I say anybody who has a KO ratio over 50% has the ability of doing something. Because it's all about landing the right punch at the right time in the right place, you know, on the temple, right on the chin. You know, if it's the right punch at the right time with enough weight, enough speed and velocity, you can't help when the lights go out. You can't help that. You know what I mean? If you could help it, motherfuckers would stand up every time, okay? At least the ones with the real cojones, you know? But even them, when they get caught, it's over, you know? So that's the way I look at Danny Garcia's power. He's heavy-handed. He can hurt you. But as a betting man, I bet you'll be able to get up.
Yo, you know, everyone keeps talking about the fight like, you know, you guys are going to bang and go at it, but do you actually think Danny will be willing to stand there with you, or do you see him kind of getting on his bike a little bit like he did with Guerrero?
Don't know, don't care. We'll find out March 4th.
Woo! Let the fans know what they can expect on March 4th. I know it's not TKOs for life. It's KOs for life,
baby. You know, and that's your boy One Time's philosophy. And honestly, I want to get back into it. I have allowed myself to box more and do what I need to do to book these rounds in. But I do believe that Garcia is going to be there to get hit. And when I start putting my hands on him, when Lamont Peterson was putting hands on him, all I thought to myself was, ooh, if that was me though. Ooh, if that was me though. Ooh. So, you know, I hope his defense is on point because he's going to need it.
Yeah, that's what's up, Keith. I'm looking forward to it, man. Once again, I appreciate you letting me come down, kicking it with you at one of your little local spots. It's been a pleasure, man.